old acquaintance as one of our favorite budget gaming notebook models has arrived in its refreshed and empowered version. The Acer Nitro 5 model in our tests wraps up the 2021 season with a platform based on the high-performance 11th generation Intel Core H processor and GeForce RTX 3050, an Ampere mobile GPU suitable both for gaming and work. The overall look and the design didn't change much from the previous model, but there is honestly not so much to improve upon. The fine slim silhouette for a gaming model fits very well combined with a black and red case made with quality plastic, which hints at its aggressive gaming character, and I honestly think that it looks as it should. Additionally, there is that recognizable stealth design with large rear exhaust vents accented by a red outline as if you were looking at an exhaust system of a sports supercar. This may be one of its main selling points for a younger audience, which is also the main target group for this device. And don't be fooled because despite its slim design, this is still decently powerful gaming laptop. That is why it is no wonder that it's one of the most popular gaming laptops model with a price tag of around 1,000 euros. The first thing that caught us by surprise is what we usually spend the most time looking at: the screen itself. It is sort of a rule of thumb that gaming laptops in this price range do not have the greatest quality screens, but this time, that is definitely not the case. The first thing that caught our attention was a screen that is very bright with a rather sharp image. It is an obvious improvement over previous models and so far one of the best screens in this price range, with a measured maximum brightness of 370 nits. This is more than you'll normally need because at 95% brightness, the white seems to radiate, while just slightly below that, image is both crystal clear and bright enough. The screen uses an IPS panel with a display resolution of 1920 x 1080 pixels. For gamers, a very important feature besides good brightness and contrast is the fact that it refreshes at 144 Hz, and that, in combination with the previously mentioned characteristics, is a very noticeable thing in games. The animation is smooth and gameplay experience in Battle Royale titles like Warzone, Apex, and Fortnite is above the current average for this class of portable gaming laptops. Games on this laptop also look great with HDR activated, which is something commonly reserved for more expensive laptops. Of course, HD webcams and a pair of microphones are integrated into the screen bezel, as well as an ambient line sensor. The camera performance is decent, but that's not the most important thing for this class of a device. It is there when you need it, and it will get the job done. On the base of the laptop, between the keyboard and the hinge, there's a pair of LED indicators for device activity and charging. The central part of the laptop base has remained virtually unchanged. The majority of its surface is covered by the well-known Nitro Sense keyboard. This high-tech name hides comfortably sized keys with the usual red LED backlight, which are rather soft and don't have the most precise suspension. In terms of style, it fits perfectly with the entire appearance of the Nitro 5 model, but in my opinion, it is the first on the list for improvements in the next version. Nitro definitely deserves a more precise and faster keyboard. WASD keys and cursor caps are visually emphasized, as well as the ones on the numpad, which are specifically used to activate the Nitro Sense software. The touchpad on this model is decent and has invisible buttons along the edges and has a nice cold metal surface on which the finger slides easily and precisely, but it could be a slightly bigger and relocated a little bit to the right. Stereo audio grills are on the front side towards the edges. When it comes to connections, on the left side there is a 3.5mm jack for headphones and microphone, a pair of first-generation USB-A 3.2 ports, and a classic RJ45 local area network connector. On the opposite side of the laptop, there's a second-generation high-speed USB-C 3.2 with 10 gigabits per second data bandwidth and a Thunderbolt 4 support. Definitely a nice and useful detail for connection with the new high-speed USB-C PCIe external SSDs, either for work or extra space for game installation. In addition, there is another 5 gigabit per second first-generation USB-A 3.2, plus a full-size HDMI for connecting to external screens. So, all in all, it has a well-balanced and extremely useful selection of connectors for a laptop in this class. And inside we have the 11th generation Intel Core i5 11400H processor. Unfortunately, this version only came with 8GB of DDR4 RAM in a single channel configuration. The main gaming power punch is being delivered by the GeForce RTX 3050, the entry-level portable version of the gaming Ampera GPU with 4GB of GDDR6 memory. As for the storage, this laptop is equipped with 512GB of ultra-fast PCIe 4X M.2 SSD. The network options consist of a pair of killer network solutions. The first is a gigabit E2600 Ethernet, and the second one is a fast Wi-Fi 6, which covers two wavelengths with 802.11ax specifications, and of course Bluetooth 5 support. All of this is nicely accompanied by the killer software tool for controlling, prioritizing, and monitoring data traffic. The CPU and GPUs are cooled by a system of oppositely placed cooler connections by heat pipes that are additionally cooled by two centrifugal fans. The four openings on the side and the back are in charge of expelling warm air, with the slots on the bottom of the base of the device are used to draw in fresh, more cooler air. Since this is a laptop in the end, it comes with a 4-cell lithium-ion battery with a capacity of 57.5 watt-hours, capable of providing around 3 hours and 30 minutes of moderately demanding use with a screen brightness at 80%. The battery is charged by a 180-watt power adapter, which takes about 2 hours to fully charge the laptop, and we honestly think that it's missing the fast charge function. While running on battery, the Nitro 5 delivers about 80% performance compared to when it's plugged to its power source, and when plugged in, we measured a maximum consumption of 160 watts. The computer weighs 2.3 kilograms, is about 40 centimeters wide, 25 centimeters deep, and 2.4 centimeters thick when the screen lid is closed. We should mention that this model of Nitro 5 comes without the Windows OS installed, so you'll have to install it yourself, and for that you will need the Intel RST drivers on your USB stick. It is commendable that the laptop comes with a partition that has all the necessary drivers and accompanying software tools. One of the most important things that gets Nitro 5 a lot of praise in our reviews, but also with the end users, is the option of easy upgrades. Unlike some manufacturers who try to make your life miserable by literally sealing your laptop, Acer seems expect you to do so. Acer has really done everything to make it easier for you to add a device that will boost your Nitro 5's performance, whether right away or later along the line. The bottom cover is easily removed, and below we find an additional space for an M.2 2280 SSD, so you'll have two M.2 PCIe slots. With this specific model, there's also an additional slot for an SODIMM memory module, which we of course installed for better CPU and GPU performance. And that's not all, because there's also space for an additional 2.5-inch SSD or HDD device with an adapter that comes in the computer package. Acer has really surpassed the competition and therefore deserves special praise for hitting the very center of the needs of the mainstream audience. Now, before any analysis of the test results, I just want to point out one important fact regarding the biggest drawback of this device, which relates to the fact that this particular Nitro 5 model laptop comes with only 8GB of RAM module in a single channel mode. It is clear to me why this was done, for the reason of achieving a lower price and to make it easier to find its way to the customer, because in the end it is very easy to add another SODIMM module for the desired 16GB. However, I would personally advise that you buy one and install it immediately. The difference, whether you use a computer to run more demanding applications or gaming, can be really big. The following graphs will best illustrate that statement. Basically, this model is a successor to the similar Nitro 5 model with a GeForce GTX 1650 graphics and Intel Core i5 processors. Of course, compared to that generation, it is coming out as faster in both games and applications, but particularly in games. In terms of heating, the heat zones are well isolated so that the fingers on both hands stand above the zones where the fans are stationed, and the WASD keys position are quite cool with the temperatures below 30 degrees when gaming. The warmest points are the exhausts and under the monitor in the central zone, where we measure the maximum of solid 46 degrees Celsius. However, Nitro 5 can be noisy in certain situations, such as a multi-hour session of Apex Legends when fans spin with 46 decibels of noise. And our only solution to that problem is to put a pair of headphones, since the CPU goes all the way to 85 degrees Celsius and the GPU to 78 degrees, so they need all the cooling they can get. And of course, the infamous question, is it worth coughing 1,000 euros for this gaming laptop? And I can definitely say yes. It's earned this claim with the truly best screen in this price category, good hardware specs, and great upgrade options. And if you don't trust me, these claims are backed by our video editor, who does all the edits for the Bench House channel. He was satisfied with its performance and immediately decided to buy one, primarily as a machine for photo editing. The combination of the mentioned screen, GeForce acceleration, and NVIDIA Studio drivers with a good selection of fast connections for external devices is perhaps the best rounded mobile package for creativity and gaming in this price class, and that is why we're giving it our Best Buy award. Thank you for watching the Bench House review of the Acer Nitro 5 model. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like and comment below the video. To stay tuned for more tech reviews, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon. My name is Marco, and I will see you next time.